behalf of myself, the Dean of the Graduate School and Vice President for Research, Rich Linton, Associate Dean Mia Tawan, who you'll hear from or get to meet in a minute, and the entire staff of the graduate school. We are truly glad to see you. The feeling on campus is just a tremendous buzz in the last couple days as you all have gotten here and installed yourselves. So we want you once again to feel very welcome. I know you've heard this from a lot of people. It's actually quite sincere. I first came to the U of O 19 years ago as a professor and began what has become a very long and rewarding relationship with this institution. Part of my job is to be sure that you're not here anywhere near as long as I've been here. But I do hope that you will leave here with the kinds of rewarding, positive feelings that I have come to feel for this institution. You're among the approximately 3,500 graduate alumni.
keyword and the number two about the two activities is just more so with PDN and the like. I just want to get a food items. Next one thing I want to point this is this one how many of you are moved to the not me. maybe it's time off the message. Do some training. What do you do while learning soccer? See what Google's done. Google's done more. I'm going to bring you to the next thing to start using that total Google anything. It's not. So we may recommend in order to get to know us, we have lots of things to Google. And so, what I'd like to do is give you a couple tips and techniques to help you avoid this class. And we kind of like this motors too. So, not the counting person, but studying. So, we have access to the longitude proof library and so on. We also have multiple library options. The mathematics library is really using science library. Take the time to get to know your level. So the tools this week is everything question. Now you share tools on 2 o'clock. Multiple libraries, tools, reading project, and science library. Thursday and Friday. Other virtual records the last one is I will be open 24 hours and we'll put in things for time. So we don't want to sleeping there, but there's not a place to sleep. You have 6 months long privileges for students, and I love it. People like to do some journals. We also run consultants to place libraries, so we can get knowledge from university books. Materials from the University of Washington on in 3 days. You need to take advantage of all the resources that are available. Summit and source them. Take a great online access. One thing on those people, don't forget to remind people to get to know the authors. At this point, they are always implementing what we talk about. Once we've loaded that, we can do access to the time to information look at things, more auto libraries and files, and the dialers and the laptop, looking for printers, printers, the other thing I want to mention, most people don't know about is a handout. There are librarians for every subject. So the librarian in the subject is a book listing ground. For those of you who have the full here, this is in positive. What about even linguistics? So we're going to use a subject librarians by the dictionary field, the library has. We also know that subject are a little bit like people go into the constitution. So when you find yourself needing to know about education, whether or not you're in education, some of the personal opportunities, I'm doing the post office. And we can move to the central school. The other thing is we don't get to know the library of the kind of solution and what we need to learn about. How many of you are open to PPS? Couple of great things about moving to PPS. So, if you're going to be a DTI and you're going to come out and you're going to turn the license service and you're going to do it, contact me for DTI. We also have a place downstairs that will help you anybody who's needing passport in the Bible. We have people that will do consulting helping through documents. So we have just take your time to meet this out. Start making stuff in the libraries. We have a chat and email. Oh, welcome. I'm going to words on words. Small, pretty, green, beautiful. I don't have any saying decibels yet. I think it's when you think about some of the fears or apprehensions that I'm ready to make this. Command, thought, and wow, I'm not wondering about all the friends in the community. Just a little bit more about exhausting and lonely. But we're going to see an individual. Ministry is not only any other interpretations you have for right? So, what my failure look like? Well, we'll see. Okay, what's it? What are you other? So maybe it's what's some different of how you can imagine it contrast to what interesting. Mom? What else? Community? Disney? Community? Learning? Knowledge? So it's actually important just a little bit about this. was the life project. We often use principles here training school, other practices, also practices, we're going to find mental entities and neighbors and moving on have final three presentations Dominic from the Boston Care, Carlos Wong, who is in English Science, and Andrea Wilson about the is very cool. It's also really good to became a very happy to have some field efficiencies. Field standards that since of course I feel like becoming they can get all the things that might be doing as well as they can that is a whole lot of things that so things and just so three things. First off, very important to really that even if you get that nail, still protect you say any controversial that's not going to go through. That's not going to get you. So after that, I think that there's one place left to do is the field inspiration. So that is supplementation $50 a month or $15 per winter. So this is speed to not often actually that's what I'm The Grad School serves two primary roles with regards to our students. One is that we're responsible for all programs and all things students. In so doing, we oversee a number of policies within the Boston University. All of you are responsible for knowing and leading in the field. There's a purpose week for national students and a learning week for national students. With the following, we want these guys to drop off with your evaluation and evaluation and this activity is supporting for you. As stakeholders, you can both involved in the university outcome. The calendar plan also has all requirements that you're responsible for knowing and leading to go to state grade. Any of those requirements you can use the continuing requirements of the countries here in the department orientation or it's on the website, something like that. To make sure you concept what those are and where to get them. Things like paperwork for your department that can help you as you go through your graduate program. You're the graduate of course. The graduate program director, I think if you're in every department has a graduate program director, obviously you can graduate the different graduate managers in this program or in a department level. So please make sure you identify who that person is and ask them a few questions. There's also a graduate secretary, sometimes called project coordinator or academic secretary. That person is part of the standard and all those things on the file checking who can answer your questions also. The other primary goal of the graduate school is to serve as a resource for graduate students. We do that through events like project orientation, through our course workshop. The therapy schedule is at the graduate school table. There's a person in the table that takes the whole year's worth of topics. The district will follow a case of the family. If you're interested in the RSVP, you can go to our website, RSVP, or you can go one of the links information about RSVP and save your registration. We are usually to do some customary stuff at the event, so you can stay in the graduate pack and join us at Graduate Gallery. We also send reminders through email. We send email notifications with the goals for this room to everybody, everybody's graduate, and also send reminders to the graduate secretaries. The graduate school has instituted a survey of the graduate student experience. We started that last spring 2018, and we're analyzing and putting out the data for that right now. We've not done for the last year. So you need to hear about that. We'd love to have your input and involvement in the debate discussions. We do it every 3 years. We really do it every 3 years. Some of you will have the opportunity to complete that survey. We use more information to improve services and resources to students anyway. Other ways the graduate school support students is the opportunities to get involved. I just want to point out a couple of opportunities to you. One is the graduate school advisory board. We are looking for 8 new members this year. The commitment is 3 meetings a term. The applications are on the graduate school website. We have 2 members of the advisory board at the grad school table. If you're find out what their experience is like, if you're interested in meeting them. It's the graduate school founder board, and it's also the opportunity for students to want to network with each other and also both talk and to learn more about the project and the stakeholders involved. We have the are eliminated by the sciences as the student groups at the graduate school have support tables and desks. And we also provide support for student events such as the one that listed up here, the regional conference for the National Student Association. It's coming up in October. If you're interested in attending that, we have information on the school website. Graduate school has a template in your handout in your copy. The graduate school has profiles who know who goes there, co-choose with you about the work and what you can help with. You can do this today at our ice cream window. We have a template for last year at present. So we have a guide in front of her. They'll have an ice cream with us after this, 3 to 5. It looks like the same as sort of. And it's food and this is very typical of summer games. And join us after this event for our school. In fact, I wanted to just point out that this event right now, where you are, is one of the growth opportunities you'll have to meet people outside your major before you get entrenched in your pipeline, in your studies, you've got finder thing going on. So I want to make sure that everybody in this room meets at least 2 people before you leave. So please make sure you introduce yourself and talk to your up in the person you invite. And while you're doing that, open your pocket and have 2 of you have both inside your pocket. And I invite those 2 people to come up to the front. I'll make it briefly out, I promise. These pockets are not that big. This is not be a husband burger. You are not these people. Now, with a new piece person, okay. What is that thing? Let's see right here. Second row. Go on into it. Really? I want you to come up here and introduce yourself. I'd like to hear your name, your major, where you're from. Evaluations, in your pocket, please pull it out, pop it out, the gun of the box in the box, you can walk out the box and go out. There is a code 213, which is really soon. And there's a meeting now coming at the room outside in the lobby area. It's work. And we're just going to say thank you to our representatives, all of the schools in the box. We'll just get all the people already down. And all of you for coming and spending the afternoon with us. We see you at the school. Great job.